Hello, my name is Sunny, and I have a very simple code here that I'm trying to use the debug mode to explain and find errors. So I've chosen and edit some breakpoints. So the first breakpoint is on line 10, which is to verify the value entered. The next breakpoint is on line 14, which checks the value type. That means whether if the value entered earlier is an integer. The next breakpoint is on line 19, which monitors the I variable iteration. So it goes over the variable and checks the condition whether it's true or false. On line 22, we have another breakpoint. In here, it checks for conditions and the values or numbers that is 4 and 5, whether it suffice and meet those conditions. The other breakpoint is on line 31. In here, it handles the invalid input by writing a message to the user or on the screen. So we start debugging it. As you can see here, we are on the first breakpoint. In here, it has asked us to enter a number that is n. N is a user input. So we're trying to step into the cell or method. So it has, as you can see, it has written what we have asked for. So it has gone over to the next line. So we're gonna step into the other part. In here, we have to write or enter a number for n. So we're gonna write 32 enter. It has accepted the input, and then we are into the second breakpoint. In here, it checks if the value we entered is in fact converted or is an integer. So we step that and that is true. It has been met. 32 is an integer. As you can see from here, the input is string of 32 has been changed into the integer of 32. So that breakpoint 2 is met. As we step into the method, we have a line that asks us to enter the numbers between 1 and the number we entered as n variable, which is divisible by 4 and not by 5. So we're gonna step into the method, and here goes on the third breakpoint. In here, it checks whether the I variable is met or the condition which it iterates over. So straight away into the body of it, straight away into the conditions to check the conditions. So you're gonna step into the method, and if it has, and there you go. It's a number between 1 and the 2 that are divisible by 4 but not by 5. So we're gonna step into the method, and straight away it goes into the body, checks the body, which checks for the conditions, that is all the values between 1 and 32, checking those conditions if it is divisible by 4 and not by 5. It came out of the body of the third breakpoint for the loop, and it goes back to the conditions. So I this index, so plus plus 1 plus plus, that just means plus 1. Okay, we go and step into it, and if I is smaller or equals to n, is it? Yes, it is smaller than n. So it keeps going over this body paragraph, keep going until we get to 32. Okay, as you can see, all the numbers have been written. So this is all the numbers that is divisible by 4 but not by 5. As you could see, it went over this body of the for loop over and over again and write all those numbers that are divisible by 4 but not by 5. So we step into the next part of the code, and it's, as you can see, it skips the breakpoint 5. This is because we don't have an invalid input. And here we finish our program.